Hello friends, welcome back to Amit Dhakad AI. So till now we covered Python course and introduction of pandas and introduction of numpys. So today we will learn statistics. So we will start like what is statistics, okay? What is stat? Okay. So statistics is the science of collecting and organizing and analyzing the data. Okay. Statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, and analyzing. Okay. Analyzing data. So what is statistics? Statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, and analyzing data. So every statistics process follow these same steps. Okay. So what is collecting the data? So we are gather data from different sources. The data we gathered, that is raw data. Okay. So after that we need to organize that data and we need to analyze. So what is the data then? What is the data? Okay. So data is defined as facts or piece of information. Piece of okay. So what is the data? Data is defined as a fact or piece of information. So what is statistics? Statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, and analyzing data. And what is the data then? Data is facts or piece of information. Okay. So we will understand this by example. Okay. So we have okay. So we will take example of the students in the classroom. Okay. So we have heights of the students and IQ score of the group of those students. Okay. So first I will take height. Okay. Height. So we have 175, 180, 190, 160. Okay. And similarly we have IQ score. So if we think this is data, right? Raw data. We have heights and we have IQ score. So we are thinking, check this one. This is just a raw data, but we use statistics, so we can use this information. Okay, so we can organize this. So we will understand like what is the how we can use this one. So currently we are taking heights of the students. We have IQ score. We can also get other information from the classroom. So all the data we can organize and we can use like to any purpose that what we want to use. Okay. So we have types of statistics. So we'll understand types of statistics. types. Okay, so we have statistics, so we have descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. So we have two types of statistics, descriptive descriptive and inferential. So what does this mean? So inside this descriptive, we will get, or it will come under like measure of central tendency. Okay, measure of central tendency. Next, we will have here measure of dispersion. Okay, next we have distribution. Okay, and inferential. So what we'll have here? Here we have, so like estimation and hypothesis. Okay, so this is types of statistics. We have descriptive and inferential, and we have inside this like measure of central tendency, measure of dispersion and distribution, and estimation and hypothesis. Okay, so we will first see the descriptive, what is descriptive and what is this. Okay, so descriptive statistics. Okay, so here we have like definition, it consist of organizing and summarizing data. Okay, so what is descriptive statistics? So it consists of organizing and summarizing data. So we have raw data, so we organize that data or we summarize, so that will come under the descriptive statistics. Okay, so we learn here, we have three like measure of tendency here, measures of tendency. Okay, so what is that? In that we will calculate mean, median and mode. Okay, so these will come under the measure of tendency, measure of central tendency. Okay, here next we have measures of dispersion. What is this? This is like we calculate the standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation. Okay, next we have distribution, right? Distribution. So we have inside that like histogram, PDF and PMF. PMF is probability mass function. Okay, so this is our descriptive statistics. So inside that, what is the descriptive statistics? It consists of organizing and summarizing data and measure of central tendency, mean, median, mode, measures of dispersion, standard deviation and distribution like histogram, PDF or PMF, probability mass function. Next, we will see the inferential statistics. Okay, Here statistics. Okay, so what is that? Here we have it consists of using data you have measured to form a conclusion. Okay, what conclusion we have to form? Like we have data about a larger group, right? So we took the example of the student. So you think we have sample data of the college student, okay, like 100 people, 100 students, okay. So we have like 1,000 students in the college. So we are taking 100 as a sample. So we can form or conclude using that 100 that sample anything like median height or anything that we want to make conclusion. Okay, so descriptive was that. Descriptive is that like organizing and summarizing, and inferential statistics, what is that? It is that like measuring and or forming the conclusion about the larger group or larger data set. Okay, so here we can use this to make j test, t test, and chi-square. Okay, so we can use this for hypothesis also, like h0, h1. Okay, null hypothesis. We can use p value also. Okay, this is for the inferential statistics. Next, we will take example. Okay, so we have height of the students 180. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 data. Okay, so we have this is in centimeter. We have 7 students. Okay, so what about if we ask question for the descriptive statistics? So what is the question? Question is what is the average height of the entire classroom? Okay, so what we will do? We'll add these. Okay, so we'll add like sum and divide it by the total number of 7. What we will get? We will get the average height. Okay, this is the descriptive statistics question, like what is the average height of the entire classroom. Okay, if we ask the inferential questions, what will the question will be? Like are the heights of the students in this classroom similar to what you expect in the entire college? Okay, here we have what is the average height of the entire classroom. Okay, this is the descriptive. If we inference, what we will have? We have or the height in this classroom similar to what you had expected expect in the entire college. Okay, so you can see here difference. So this is asking what is the average height of the entire classroom. So this is for this particular sample we are calculating the average height, so we get. But the inference, what is this is checking, this is asking, is this height is the similar to the what we expect in the entire college. Okay, so this is the larger group. Okay, larger group, and this is the sample data. Okay, for the college. So here we are, so you can see the descriptive is the organizing and summarizing, but inferential is the making the conclusion of the larger group or larger data set. So this is how you can understand for the, this is the example of the students. Okay, students data. So this is the question. Okay, so next we have the data that we collected. So what it uses? Okay, so it uses only the data you collected. Okay, what it means? It means you saw the student's height, right? Height. So when we using the mean or we are using average height, what it used, it is used the data that we only collected. Okay, so only the data that you have collected. Okay, what about the inferential statistics? It will the sample. Okay, we had sample, right? So we use that sample to infer something. Okay, what is to infer something? It means a bigger group or large data. Okay, so previously you saw we have example like heights of students. We are calculating average height. So we have first like what is the average height of the entire classroom. But in what we have inferential statistic question, are this height of the students in this classroom similar to the height what you expect in the entire college. Next, we have what it uses. So it uses only the sample, the data that we have collected, but the inferential statistics uses the sample to infer or like make conclusion for the something big. What is that? Something which can be like bigger group, large data set. Okay. Okay. So the example you show that the height, that is the example for the inferential. If you come to the inferential, that will be the sample for that. Okay. And the college is the population. So the classroom will be sample for what? For college. Okay. College, and that will be like population. Okay. So how we do it? We create a diagram for that. So we have, okay. So we have this data. Okay, you can see these are the student or class rooms in the college. So what we are doing? We are taking the sample. Okay, so this sample we are taking. So this is the population, and this is the sample. Okay, so this is what we have example. So that what we learn, the introduction of statistics and types of statistics. What is the types of statistics? Is descriptive, and inferential. What is the descriptive? Descriptive is organizing and summarizing the data, and inferential is the making or measuring the conclusion based on the sample. Okay, so you need to remember this one line, like the moment the moment you use your data to say something about a group behind your data. Okay, so when the moment you use your data to say something about group behind your data. Okay, so what you are saying? You are saying the data that you are collected, that is the for one class, right? The student classroom. So if you are saying anything related to the class, like you are calculating the average height of the class, if you want to check the who has the maximum larger like height in the group, who is the minimum height of the in the group, sorry, in the classroom, that will be in the same. But if you compare that to the college, then you are going with the behind your data. Okay, that group, so you only calculating for the class, but now you are comparing that to the college, you are making conclusion for the college. So that time you are moving, you are moved from descriptive. Okay, you moved from descriptive to descriptive into inferential inferential statistics. Okay, so remember this: the moment you use your data to say something about a group behind your data, so from that time you are moving from descriptive into the inferential statistics. Okay, so this is the for introduction of statistics and the type of statistics. Okay, so we will continue this in the next lecture. Please like, subscribe, and continue. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment section. You can also watch the Python before we start the machine learning actual code. Okay, thank you.